The draw, and the team that is there is
England.
England's name is out, but we're going to be talking a lot more about a lot more things. And so, can you tell us about the England team a little bit?
So the England team actually has won the World Cup only once in 1966.
Okay.
But the hype around them is like they've won like 10 World Cups.
Yeah.
So it's a very hype team. There's always a lot of pressure, which is probably the reason why they might underperform. But this time they have a really good team. So expecting
good
them
young
to do
squad to work with.
Exactly. The name has gotten out for the Group B, which is the top name of England. And now we are moving on to the other teams. Of course, the Group A number 1 team that we already know about is Qatar. And we are very excited for it. Of course, we are right here. We are eagerly waiting for everything to unfold. But we have got another name right now, which is the name of a team
Argentina.
that Afnan was waiting for personally. Okay, Afnan, tell us your fandom about the Argentinian team.
It's not really just about Argentina. It's about Messi winning a World Cup, winning something with the national team.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
That's about it, yeah. And how big of a Messi fan are you? I mean, you have to ask that to every football fan, right?
I wish all the best for Messi, but when he's playing for Argentina, no comments.
Oh, okay,
Be diplomatic, no comments.
Okay. We've got a diplomatic person out here. But the final draw happening in itself is such a big thing. We have been waiting a lot of time for it. The qualifying season has been amazing, interesting, and a lot of teams have come up that were unexpected. And a lot of teams that were expected are not here. What is one of those teams that you would say?
Definitely one big team to miss out is Italy.
Yes.
No one was expecting them to lose to Macedonia.
Yeah.
But instead you have Portugal, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Algeria was another big upset. They were on a great run of like 30 games unbeaten.
Wow.
And then the last week didn't go out really well. Egypt.
Yes,
was,
Egypt. What a match, what a match.
So we would have liked to seen an Arabic team to come through.
Yes.
Didn't happen. But yeah, I think those would be. What do you think of now?
I think Egypt is a miss out because they've been doing really well. Same like Algeria as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mohamed Salah is going to be a great miss for this World Cup.
One name that we were all waiting for, and one name that I feel like was carrying the Egyptian team, and we were waiting for him to be here for carrying out his dream. But nevertheless, coming to the ball that has been already out for group number D, which is of France. Yes. Now one team. Oh, what a team. We are all very excited about it. And I have heard a lot about it, but tell me your personal opinion about the team that's going to come here for the cup.
Yeah, considering that they won the last World Cup.
Big thing.
It is, yes. And the fact that they're playing really well.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, there are upsets that can happen. But I think technically they would be my favorite team for the World Cup.
Okay, now that's a big
and
statement.
Mbappe will be the superstar of the World Cup. That's my prediction.
Wow, what a prediction. And I feel like it's a prediction that a lot of people are keeping close to their hearts and waiting for it to unfold, waiting to see it, right? Yeah. Okay, come on. We have another name that is out for group number E, which is of Spain. Now, Spain qualifying season was interesting. Well, what would you say about the Spain coming up and the process of Spain making it through the qualifying?
Spain was shaky, but recently they're doing really well.
Yeah.
And the coach is expecting them, Luis Enrique is optimistic that they will be doing well going forward.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're moving on to the groups. We're getting more names. We've gotten another group. That is Belgium for the group number F. Now, you were talking something about the Belgium team, so why not tell it to all our audience?
Because Belgium is one of the strongest team on paper, right?
Yeah.
So, but they've been unfortunately really unlucky when it comes to the grand stages. Same like even if you take last year's European Championships and even the World Cup. So there's something of a bad omen with the Belgium team.
Okay.
So let's see how it
It's
goes.
the golden generation right now, and if they don't do it in this World Cup, then it's not going to happen for a long time. So I really hope they can deliver.
Well, my heart definitely goes out to them, undoubtedly. And we have more names, more teams coming up. And I mean, of course, we've got to know your favorite team and your favorite team. But can we also talk a little bit about the players? Like, which are the players that you're looking forward to seeing here?
So just now they've drawn Brazil
Big name, yes.
in Group G.
Group
so
G.
Definitely want to see Neymar playing.
Yeah.
He carries a lot of weight on his shoulders.
A lot of weight on his shoulders.
This World Cup has so many stars. I
Yeah.
mean, there's the older generations of the Messis and Ronaldos.
Yeah.
But and even Neymar, but then there's the new generation coming out. So for me, Mbappe being one of them, a bunch of them in the English team, there's just way too many names to take.
Yeah. All right, what about you? I mean, I know Messi. Tell me more.
No,
names.
for my favorite team is actually England, because I follow English Premier League really closely.
Yeah.
So I have a soft corner for my boys playing in the English clubs. And even them, they've been really unlucky. And last World Cup, I don't know, maybe this time they have a good squad, a good young manager.
Yeah.
But still not favorites, but let's see.
Okay,
I
so
hope
we
they
have the final name for the first name in the group H, which is Portugal, right? And it's again a team that a lot of people have kept close to their hearts. It's a team that we are all very excited to see, and it's a team with the name that we feel like he will be clashed against the other big name that we've been talking about, Ronaldo versus Messi, right? So Portugal, any comments that you would like to make?
Portugal, definitely Ronaldo has been doing well, but they haven't done too well. I mean, if you consider historically, they've reached the semi-final stages. And since then, Ronaldo's been consistent, but he's not really performed, wonders. But if he scores 2 goals, scores more than Eusebio in total number of goals, I think Ronaldo will probably be, would have done justice for his name.
Undoubtedly. But you, I'm so sorry for interrupting, but you gave quite the expression when the name was drawn. Yes, what was that?
Because everyone wanted to be drawn in Group A.
Yeah.
And you got Netherlands drawn along with Qatar.
Yeah.
So that's a big name right there.
Yeah.
And all the other groups are right now sighing relief, because now there's only one more big name in Pot 2, which will be Germany. And, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
And USA just got pulled
drawn
up
out,
in Group B. Lot of interesting history with England and USA.
Yes.
Because in 1950, that was one of the biggest upsets of the World Cup when US beat England. People back home couldn't believe that they had actually lost. They thought it might have been a printing mistake in the papers. Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
There's a little bit of history there. Yeah.
Quite a bit of history, right? We're going to get to the history. We're going to talk a lot about things. But right now, we have a few clips that you would like to show to you that we're going to play. And we'll keep you tuned in. And we're going to get another guest with us that we are all very excited for you to see, you to talk about. And we're going to cue the video right now. Stay tuned.
It's our pleasure to have Kafu right here. Sir, how are you doing? Firstly, how is it being here in Qatar?
prazer é todo nosso, é sempre muito bom retornar ao Qatar.
It's his pleasure to be here in Qatar. He's very happy to be the ambassador for Qatar. Always a pleasure for him to return to Qatar.
So, Cafu being the most capped in Brazilian player, so how was your experience in the World Cup and what do you expect from Qatar 2022?
A experiência de jogar
It's a very good experience to play a World Cup. He did it with Brazil, also in a country that was an outsider, was in Korea and Japan. About the Qatar, the World Cup in Qatar, he says that it will be an amazing experience. He already has the feeling from being here in the past times. He says it's going to be amazing for the players and for the teams, because everything is so close. You don't need to lose time on traveling by plane and changing hotels and all the logistics around it. So it will be very easy on that side. So it's going to be very exciting, even for the fans that can go to every game so easily.
1994 and 2002. You're the only player to play 3 consecutive World Cups, and in that also 1994 and 2002. 2002, you lifted the trophy as a captain, the FIFA World Cup as a captain. How does that feel, and what is your message for the captains out here who are going to compete for Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup?
Olha, é o único jogador.
He feels so proud about his career and the fact that he was able to play 4 World Cups and to be in 3 finals. So obviously he's very honored and proud about that for himself and for his country, for Brazil. And also the pinnacle of his career was to lift the trophy as a captain of the Brazilian team in 2002. This was a very special moment in his life.
What is his message to the teams and captains out there who are going to come and compete for the World Cup?
For the team to play as a whole, as a team, and not as an individual, standout individual. Make the team play as a whole, as a team, and to achieve the title together.
So we have with us retired Saudi Arabian player Nawaf. Sir, welcome.
Thank you.
So my first question to you is, how was the first match that you played recently, and it was like coming back after so many days to play on the field, FIFA Arab Legends versus World Legends? How was it in Al Thumama Stadium?
I'm still tired because of the match, because it's been a long time that I haven't participated as a player, but I was very happy to have participated in the FIFA Legend match. I would like to talk about the pitch. The design is amazing. The design of the stadia is also amazing, and this is testament to what has been achieved by the state of Qatar. I do wish them an exceptional 2022 World Cup. The fans and the spectators, they were amazing, and also it was an exceptional experience for the talents, for the young talents.
I would like to take you back to 2000, where you were the Asian Player of the Year, Arab Player of the Year, and Saudi Player of the Year. Did you actually enjoy that moment right here at Al Thumama Stadium yesterday? Did you relive those moments?
So yes, it was a pleasure to have taken place and participated in Al Thumama Stadium. So when I play football, I cannot really control myself. The year 2000 was an exceptional year on all levels. So I have lifted most of the titles, GCC, Arab and Asian titles. So I was happy to go ahead with this endeavor and with this effort that I was exerting at the time, but due to the injuries, I was not able to do that. I was able to lift 6 titles when I was playing with Al Hilal, the Saudi Arabian team.
Okay, so one last question. How excited are you for the World Cup, and how was your experience playing the World Cup?
The experience of the World Cup is exceptional. It's not compared to any other experience. It is very different. The fact that you would be able to attend the World Cup, to participate in the World Cup and hear the national anthem of your own country, it's an experience that is not similar to any other experience, particularly that most of the world population would be following the World Cup. So it is something that does not happen every day. So the Saudi team is now leading the group, so we're going to see the Saudi team very soon in the state of Qatar in 2022, and also Saudi Arabian spectators coming to encourage their team.
So we have with us former French player Marcel. Sir, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes.
And how's it to be here right here in Qatar?
Very pleased to be here in Qatar again and again. You know, like I was saying previously, I have played here in Qatar 2004 to 2006, and then things have gone very well for sport because Qatar has been hosting a lot of different type of sports, and today they have the World Cup.
Yeah.
So through the Arab Cup, they've been able, to show that the infrastructure is correct and the passion around football in this region of the football. The last World Cup was in Russia,
Yes.
which we were, a bit scared of it.
Yeah.
Different location, different city, and at the end it went very well, and we've discovered a nice country as Russia. So today this is the challenge to have and host all the supporters, and you need infrastructure, so will be the fan zones, and the passion is there. So it's good to have football in this region.
All right, having played 2 World Cups as well as your team being the defending champions this time, how do you look forward to the next World Cup that is happening in Qatar? What is your message to your team and the rest of the teams?
My team is that they should have the belief that they can do it a second time. We had this possibility also, but I think the cycle was going down. We were 30 plus years old for most of the players of that team at the time. Now this team is young. Some are facing some difficulty, from Varane, Umtiti and others. Now Griezmann is back into his Atletico. So we hope that collectively, all together at the same time, they will again make that difference.
Bring the cup back home.
Yes. Oh, this is for the English. Yeah, the English didn't see it since 1966. Yes. So for us, it's no long ago. They saw it in '98. They saw it in 2018. So no, we'll not use that one. Yeah, we'll leave it for the English. Yes. We have a belief that it's possible. It's really possible. It's not something based on fake statistics or hope. This one is when you look individually, and the way Didier Deschamps have brought back new players into the system, you see that the group have technically a possibility to win again this competition. The only issue is to know if Pogba and the others will be ready for the World Cup, but we still have an entire season to recover and start a new one before now you can really judge on the condition of the players. So, but when you look at it, they just won that tournament that nobody knows the name. Nations League. Okay, but we won it. So this is it. Yeah. So you could see that he has kept his philosophy. People was having doubt after the failure in the Euro. Especially it was good they won against Spain, which was a very good side. Absolutely. And they can adapt to whatever teams that comes over. France can be one of the best. It's all
about the determination.
Yes, Didier, the belief, because Didier knows very well his players. He's a winner, and he got back the belief of the administration side, the player and the fans. So what else?
All right, having played for 2 sides, the Afghan and the Dutch, how do you see women in cricket? Like, what is your vision for them, the aspiring women footballers?
Yeah, of course. So I've only played for the Danish national team because you're not allowed to skip national teams. I think luckily in the Western society, women's football is growing very, very drastically, and you can see it in every tournament, how big it's gone and the levels of play is increasing. Unfortunately, I feel this is not the case in a lot of areas around the world. And if you talk about Afghanistan, they're not even allowed to go to school, so sport's not even on the table yet, and that's unfortunate. I think if you, in general, areas like this, like the Middle East area, parts of Asia, parts of Africa, and even in America, need to themselves together, because the world is going ahead, and you have a lot of areas where women cannot compete, and this has to change, And I hope that that the World Cup is going to inspire the region. It's been pretty cool to watch, the stadiums. I love the fact that the stadiums kind of represent the areas. First of all, this is one of my favorite details, and I was lucky enough to get a tour around some of the stadiums and how they've built and what the plan is with it. It looks tremendous, and having to host the World Cup, and this is kind of like the general test before the event. It's cool, you know, and you see the atmosphere when you're at the stadium. Al Bayt Stadium, when I was there, I think it was like 65,000 people. We're in the atmosphere, and it's working.
And welcome back. This is once again, Bani with Afnan right here, and we have somebody very special with us. We're going to catch up on everything that has happened in the draw because a lot has gone on. But hi, Hoveg. Hello, welcome to our live.
Thank
and
you for
how are
hosting
you?
me.
How are you doing?
Doing fine. I'm happy to see this moment live with you.
Yeah, we are very, very, very excited about it. So there has been a lot of updates about the groups that are happening right now. So Afnan, take away.
It's bad news for Qatar, but they still, I mean, that's like Senegal and Netherlands in one group, as same group as Qatar.
It will be tough, undoubtedly,
It
but I am
is.
sure we're gonna give it our best. There's no doubt about it.
No
right?
doubt about
Yeah.
it. Yes.
So in Group A, of course, we have got Qatar, Senegal, and Netherlands. What's your take on that?
It's a tough group.
It's a tough group.
I think Qatari team has shown over the past couple of years that they are able to beat very good teams.
Yeah.
So definitely Qatar has a chance to qualify to the next stage.
Undoubtedly. So which is the most exciting group for you right now? Which is the one that you are looking forward to?
Definitely, if we look at all these groups, there are a lot of interesting matchups.
Yeah.
But the one that stands out easily is Group E, where
Yeah.
we have Spain and Germany.
Yeah,
So
and
this is
Japan,
like
yes, currently.
Japan also
Yeah.
the best team in my opinion in Asia.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tough group.
Yeah. So
Very interesting.
Yeah. Why do you think the group is the most interesting one? Like just the teams? What's going on in your mind?
I think Japan is a team that can, when they are on their day, when they are playing well, they can beat any team,
Yeah.
including Brazil, Argentina, any team who is participating in the World Cup. And then you have two of the favorites for the World Cup,
Yeah.
Spain and Germany, in the same group. So
Yes.
it's going to be very difficult.
Of
group.
course, there's also teams getting drawn right now, but we'll ask you the same question that we were having a conversation with, which is the team that you're supporting and looking forward to.
I am supporting since I was a kid Brazil. I don't know why.
Since you were a kid.
I like probably the flair and the way they play.
Yeah. So that's amazing. That's amazing. We are seeing about a lot of things, a lot of changes that's going to be happening with all the new draws that are happening. Let's see about the current update of the groups right now. Can you tell about the group B, C, and D, Afnan, please?
Yes. Group B, we have England, Iran, and USA.
Yeah.
But my eyes are still on Group
Group
E.
C.
No, Group E,
E,
because
oh.
Spain and Germany is something I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
And Japan is a team has the potential to, create an upset.
Yeah.
On their good day, like he said. Then Belgium's group looks good.
Yeah.
Because they are like middleweights drawn together.
Yes. So
then
that would be
looks
the
good.
group F with Belgium and Croatia in it.
Croatia was playing the final last time. So
Yeah.
Croatia is a big team.
Yes.
Morocco also, they have some of the best African players now and playing in big teams in Europe. So I
Yes.
think this is also a very interesting group.
Yeah. And which other groups are we looking forward to right now? Of course, Group H has Portugal, Uruguay, and Korea in it. How excited are we about this group?
This is, I don't know. I mean, it could be like, thing about World Cup is any team, there's a surprise. Because I personally feel like Croatia was a surprise run to the finals last time.
Yeah.
And like that, I'm expecting an African team. We were just talking about it. So I'm expecting Senegal to go past.
Yeah.
Up until, let's say, quarters. After that, it gets really tough.
Yeah.
So let's see.
So which team has caught your eye during the qualifying?
During the qualifying, there were a lot of interesting teams, especially the ones that there are a few teams like Senegal, for example.
Yeah.
Uruguay, it caught my eye as well. There are a
Yeah.
lot of teams also from Europe that I think that can be surprise package for the tournament.
Yeah.
like Belgium,
Yeah.
for example, because they have very good team. They've been trying to reach the semi-final and the final for the last few tournaments. And I
Knocking
think
doors.
Yes, knocking the doors. I think this could be the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming to knocking doors, let's take a knock on the door of taking a break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Brazil's group is.
Yeah. And now we are back once again with the change in seats. And hi, welcome back. I know you were very excited. You were watching from behind the scenes. Okay, what's your update? What's your take right now? How excited are you?
No, I am really excited, and I'm actually keeping an eye out for all the Asian teams.
Yeah.
Because there is a record in the World Cup that typically the winners tend to be from the same continent. It's only 4 teams who have broken that trend. And, earlier, I think France is really strong.
Yes.
But I do think that a team other than South America or Europe will end up doing extremely well in this World Cup. I don't know which team that is.
Okay. But if you had to put your bets, which one would it be?
Senegal.
Or it could be Morocco. So I agree with you. Like if you check the records as well, when the tournament is not being played in Europe, usually South American teams, African teams, or non-European teams, they have better chances of getting good results. So I think there could be many surprises in this World Cup.
Yeah, as we were talking about the groups being formed, what is your take on the group and which one is the one that has caught your eye?
Has to be Group E because Japan in the last World Cup, they played, I think, what was the best game of that World Cup.
Wow.
When they were leading 2-0 against Belgium.
Exactly. And then Belgium somehow did an epic comeback.
Yeah?
But
Japan deserved to qualify, to be honest with you.
So Japan is familiar with the conditions. They know what to expect.
Yeah.
They can easily put, if the Spain-Germany game is a draw, Japan can do a lot of damage, I think, in that group.
Wow. Okay, coming to the conditions that you just mentioned, of course, there's something brand new that's happening. That's the World Cup will be played in a different break. Usually it's played in the summer break. What's your take on this? How do you think that will affect the players and the groups and the teams?
Yeah, it will affect the readiness of the players because the break is also shorter. So those kind of changes can have a profound effect. For instance, when Corona was happening and when there were not as many players in the stadiums, that had an impact on the teams that were performing. For instance, the Champions League, there were kind of unexpected results. The big teams were not doing as good. So I think it is so, which is why I think this time there will be a team which is out of the 8 teams that have won. We might have maybe a 9th team, a new team. I really hope it's from Asia or maybe from Africa.
Yeah,
everything is possible.
Yeah, I mean, of course,
this has football proven over time and over again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can expect the unexpected when it comes to football. Of course, we know that. There's a lot more conversations happening that are right now. One of the questions that I had in mind was, as I asked, which teams have come up in the qualifying, but which player do you think has surprised you, or which is a player that you are keeping an eye out for, other than the big names, of course?
Definitely one name that comes to mind is Mbappe.
Yeah.
Another player, actually, I am kind of, Lewandowski for Poland definitely comes up. And then Kevin De Bruyne for Belgium.
Man City players. Yeah. You support Man City.
You caught that pattern. That's awesome.
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne definitely.
Yeah. We have like a final few names that are going to come up right here as we're going to know which teams they are going to be. We're going to take a really short break and come back with the final draws, the teams that we got to know. All right? Let's take a really short break and we'll be right back.
रेडियो वाले 106.3 से मैं हूँ सिमरन और सुख वाकिफ में है एक्साइटमेंट जो है वो बनी हुई आई गेस 234 दिन 234 डेज टू गो फीफा वर्ल्ड कप के लिए और आज फाइनल ड्रॉ जो है वो हो रहा है फीफा वर्ल्ड कप का। सो मुझे फुटबॉल के कुछ फैंस जो है वो यहाँ पर मिल गए हैं। सो आपका नाम क्या है?
उस्मान अंसारी।
आपका?
आकाश अली।
आकिब जावेद।
काशिफ फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान।
ओह लवली। अच्छा मुझे बताओ फुटबॉल के कितने बड़े फैन हो? बहुत बड़े?
बहुत बड़े फैन हैं।
बहुत बड़े बोल दो।
बहुत बड़े।
अच्छा चलो ठीक है, बहुत बड़े फैन तो हो। क्या आपने टिकट्स खरीदी हैं अभी तक?
अभी तक तो नहीं खरीदे, जरूर खरीदेंगे next।
वो एक स्टेडियम में बैठ के मैच को देखने का मजा ही जो है वो कुछ और है, क्योंकि अपना कतर जो है
लाजमी खरीदना हमने वो देखने की एक्साइटमेंट बहुत है हमें।
लवली। सो आज पता लग जाएगा कि कौन सी टीम जो है वो कौन सी टीम के साथ प्ले करने वाली है। सो बहुत सारे लोगों ने वैसे टिकट्स खरीद ली हैं, तो आपको भी पता लग जाएगा कि आपने कौन से मैच की टिकट है वो खरीदी है, कि कौन सी टीम के साथ किसका मैच होने वाला है। लेकिन अगर आप अभी टिकट खरीदेंगे इसके बाद फाइनल ड्रॉ के बाद, तो आप थोड़ा सा और भी लकी रहने वाले हैं। सो सुनते रहिए रेडियो ऑलिव को और कहते रहिए जियो
बिंदास।
जियो बिंदास एंड आई लव कतर। तो जनाब एक काम करिए, रेडियो ऑलिव के फेसबुक पेज पे चले जाइए, वहाँ पे हम लाइव जा रहे हैं, इसकी आपको सारी अपडेट्स जो है वो दे रहे हैं। एंड उसके अलावा कमेंट करिए नीचे कि आप जो है वो कितना खुश है, कितना एक्साइटेड है इस फीफा वर्ल्ड कप को लेकर। सुनते रहिए रेडियो ऑलिव को और कहते रहिए जियो बिंदास।
And once again, welcome back, welcome back. We just saw Simran have a conversation about all the excitement that's on the floor, that's in the market right now. Simran, RJ, she is having the time outside and we are having our time here. And I'm also having quite some confusion, so I'm just going to ask the questions that I need to know answers to. What was the teams that were mentioned, that was not the names, but the codes? What was that?
So there are only 29 teams that have qualified currently.
Yes.
So those 29 teams, you see the flags. The other 3 teams are teams that have to come through the playoffs.
Okay.
So for instance, from Europe, you have 12 teams.
Yeah.
There is a 13th team for which there has to be a playoff that has to happen. And then there's another thing called the Intercontinental Playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's apart from the teams from Asia, the teams from North America, which have already qualified. There are a few countries who were just out of the qualified seats.
Yes.
So now they have to play against each other. So Hovik, do you remember who is likely to be ICP 1?
Yeah, so it's going to be Australia, who's going to play a playoff match versus UAE.
Yes.
And then the winner of those 2 matches is going to eventually to play against Peru.
Yeah. So can I pause you right there and get your predictions on who would that team be according to you guys?
It's not easy to say, but in my opinion, I think Peru, being a South American
Yeah,
team,
the strongest
I think,
team.
Yes, they have the upper hand.
Yeah, UAE hasn't been playing well, and Australia is having problems.
Yeah.
Peru is a South American team, so yeah.
Most likely.
Most likely has to be Peru.
What
unless
about
it's
the
an upset.
other teams that are yet to qualify?
The other one, you have Costa Rica and
Versus
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand.
Yeah, that's Costa Rica definitely, because I think has New Zealand ever qualified for a World Cup?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I always remember Australia used to be qualifying from that continent, but
Yeah.
then at one point in time, Australia joined Asia. So I think, Costa Rica has much better chances.
Yeah. And coming to the third team of that group.
That one is interesting because you have Wales, Scotland, and Ukraine.
Right.
So I think all 3 teams are good teams. What do you think?
Definitely, Wales have a good chance because they already won a match.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be a match between Ukraine and Scotland, and the winner needs to play against Wales.
Yeah.
So I think Wales with Gareth Bale as well. He was not playing very well this season, but with the national team, always he steps up.
Yeah.
So I think Wales, in my opinion, is the favorite to come to the World Cup.
All right. That's a lot of names. That's a lot of information that I'm going to digest. And we're going to take another really, really short break. And we're going to be back really soon with the updates and the final draws that we have and the groups that we finally have in our hands. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So finally, it has happened. The thing that we were waiting for, the thing that we were eagerly just holding our breaths about, right? Especially you guys, I would say, more than me, because I know so little. I am learning, and I am getting so much more excited by having this conversation with you. Can we just go through the groups once and talk about it? Let us know why are we excited about this group and how much the importance of this perchance is, right? So if we start with group number A.
So Group A is the starting game will be in Lusail, right?
It's going to be Qatar versus Ecuador, probably.
Yeah.
Yes. So the reason why that is important is right now, what's happening is the people who have tickets, they're actually looking. Now is it okay? First, you look at the teams who's going to play.
Yeah.
And then the football fan is thinking, okay, my ticket, which team? My team, which team is going to play? So I'm looking at Group A. The inauguration match obviously is a big one.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to play in the first game. So that's going to be Qatar, Ecuador.
Yeah.
Apart from that, in Khalifa Stadium, that's going to be England, Iran, USA, and the fourth team that can come in. We haven't talked much about that group actually.
The Group B.
Group B, yeah. One Asian team which can cause an upset, and then the English team. The American team not so great because they barely qualified for the World Cup. I think it was.
That's right, but American team have very good players like Christian Pulisic, who is playing in Chelsea. They have Serginho Dest, who is playing in Barcelona. If you look at the names, I think they just need to have better chemistry, and American team has a chance definitely to go through to the next stage.
Yeah.
And the fourth team, the European team, you were saying that they would be playing the playoff in Qatar?
They will play the playoffs, the Intercontinental ones in Qatar.
Yeah.
It's going to happen in June, mid of June here in Qatar. The European ones, they are going to be played in Europe.
Okay. All right, that's very interesting. And coming to group number C.
I find this group as interesting, to be honest, as also one of the interesting groups like E, because you have Argentina as a top team, right? But Mexico, for me, is also like one of the teams that can annoy any of the big teams.
Yeah.
So Mexico, even they can qualify as leaders of the group. And then you have Poland.
Yeah.
Poland, it's all about Lewandowski, right? So the best goal scorer in Europe. So Poland can also cause an upset, and maybe they can win against Argentina or Mexico. And then you have the Arabic team, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And there will be a lot of supporters
fans, a lot of fans.
That will be interesting.
Yes.
Are you in Argentina? So you're not in
No, I'm on the opposite side, completely opposite side.
Okay, look at this. I mean, does that, because Argentina, I mean, considering the hype, don't you think that they always underperform? And if you look at it that way, doesn't that group look like
it can be
good on paper, but underperform in the World Cup?
It could be trap for Argentina. I can see this.
And now, before we get to our favorite group, which is E, I know everyone wants to talk about it. And group number D is also interesting. What do you say?
Tunisia did very well in the Arab Cup. It's an Arab team. The Denmark team is actually a very strong team. And they qualified top of the group, right? They were the ones.
Yes.
I think they beat. They are the ones who sent Italy to. Is it?
No, that was Switzerland. But the Danish team also, they had very good qualification performance, I would say, and they qualified directly without playing any playoffs. So the Danish team, you will see them consistently in Euros, in the World Cup. So definitely they can lead the group as well. Tunisian team also, we see them in almost every World Cup, and they have very good list of players who are playing in Europe.
Yeah, definitely. Now coming to group number E, which is, of course, I know the most exciting. I see the excitement. It's the fan favorite, undoubtedly.
That's what I'm thinking about. Spain, Germany. I want to watch this match. I want to get the ticket somehow.
Yeah, and also, of course, the one team that we were still waiting for the qualification to happen. I'm sure that will be an interesting one, no matter what team it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course. Coming to group number F. Any comments about that?
So Group F. So the thing is, Canada actually has, looks like on paper the weakest team in that group, but they qualified on top of their, qualification zone, and then you have Belgium as well. Croatia are finalists from last year, and Belgians were the semi-finalists from last year.
Correct.
And then you have Morocco, which is again, the Arabic team that comes into play.
Yeah.
So that
I see it a very balanced group, to be honest with you. Even Canada, who is like not so maybe popular or famous like for us in football, they have a very good generation of players, including Alphonso Davies, for people who watch the European tournament, who's playing in Bayern Munich. So they have a good number of players.
They have a striker from Lille, I forget his name.
Jonathan David. They have very good generation right now, and they might be one of the teams who are qualifying from the group.
And an unexpected underdogs, So coming to the next group would be group number G.
Yeah, Group G, Brazil.
Yeah, one big name.
Is favorite, but you have two European teams, and then you have an African team.
Yeah.
So that's a group that can have an upset, in my opinion.
Yeah. So as a Brazil fan, I'm a bit worried, to be honest. I trust the team. I trust the players, especially this generation.
Yeah.
I think they will be eager to make a good result in the World Cup. But it's not an easy team, because none of the teams that I can see, maybe Cameroon is like the easiest opponent for Brazil in the group, but even Cameroon, they have good list of players. They are playing mostly in France and England, and it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy, but I wish you luck. I wish you luck for your personal fandom. And finally, the group final, that is group number H.
Group H, definitely Portugal would be the favorite team. I hope Korea does well.
Yeah.
They do something similar to what they did in 2002. They have actually the best pedigree among the Asian teams.
Yes.
And they have a star. You were talking about stars. I didn't mention his name.
Yeah.
So definitely Song. I think he is one of the underrated players of this whole generation, actually.
Yeah.
So I hope Song does well.
Absolutely. Now that would be the 8 groups that we finally have, and this is what we were waiting for. This is the results that have gotten us even more excited. It is setting up a narrative that we can't wait to unfold, and we are definitely like just holding our breath until November comes and this happens and we get to see all of this unfold. Now, finally, I would like to say thank you to both of you for being here, for watching this with us and sharing your expertise with us, especially with me, because I know I'm such a learning kid in this. Thank you so much. Hashim, Hovig, thank you so much. Please join us again. And once again, any final comments that you would like to make?
Thank you, Bunny. This has been a lot of fun. You made it even more special. Thank you so much.
Thank you for hosting us. I think it's going to be one of the most exciting and competitive tournaments, because I don't see clear favorite for the World Cup this time. I think there are very good teams.
Yeah.
And there could be very also like lot of teams that can cause surprises. So it's going to be very exciting.
Absolutely. A year full of surprises is what we are on for. This is Vani from Radio Olive with Hashim and Hovik. Once again, a very, very heartfelt thank you for being here. And stay tuned. Jio Bindas.
एक्साइटमेंट जो है वो बिल्कुल हर तरफ है। वीडियो वाले 106.3 से मैं हूँ सिमरन एंड फीफा की एक्साइटमेंट जो कवर करने के लिए सूख वाकिफ में आज हम पहुंचे, क्योंकि आज फाइनल ड्रॉ है और हम बात कर रहे हैं फीफा के बारे में। और कुछ फीफा के फैंस जो है वो मेरे को मिले हैं, है तो मलयाली लेकिन हिंदी में बात डेफिनेटली वो कर पाएंगे। व्हाट्स योर नेम?
माय नेम इज इरशाद।
आपका?
रशिल।
और आपका?
सिजिल।
सिजिल। और आप लोग आ जाइए थोड़ा सा। व्हाट्स योर नेम?
शिबिन। नवाज।
नवाज। तो ये फुटबॉल लवर है। सबसे पहले मुझे बताओ हाउ एक्साइटेड यू गाइस आर?
Of course we are very excited about the FIFA World Cup. This time we have got the World Cup in Qatar. And what we can say, it's like a real excitement for us after 2022 I think. The World Cup उसी टाइम जापान में था और उसके बाद में एशिया में फर्स्ट टाइम आ रहा हूँ, उसके बाद में अभी कतर में थे। क्या है पूरा एक्साइटमेंट में, हमारा दिल को अंदर से बहुत अच्छा है।
हिंदी में क्या ही तो हमारे दिल को अंदर से बहुत अच्छा। कौन सी टीम को सपोर्ट कर रहे हो?
मैं स्पेन फैन है।
स्पेन।
वही था।
ओके। और आप?
अर्जेंटीना।
अर्जेंटीना। और आप?
अर्जेंटीना। इंग्लैंड।
भाई इंग्लैंड पे अटक गए। और आप?
अर्जेंटीना।
अर्जेंटीना। सो अभी 234 डेज टू गो राइट फीफा वर्ल्ड कप के लिए। आपके फ्रेंड्स वगैरह हैं इधर और भी जो कि आपके साथ इस मैच को देखने वाले हैं?
इंशाल्लाह वो मैच के लिए हमारा मुल्क में भी फ्रेंड्स वेटिंग कर रहा है। वो लोग थोड़ी टाइम ऐसा बात कर रहा हूँ भाई, इंशाल्लाह हम वर्ल्ड कप पे टाइम इधर ही आएगा। सेम वी आर रिप्लाइंग देम, लेट्स सी when maybe they will come, maybe they will not, let's see what happens, but for sure we all will go. हम पूरा
जाएगा शोर मचाएगा खूब सारा। टिकट हो गया?
टिकट हो गया और तीन टिकट मिला और मैं भी अप्रैल 5 में नेक्स्ट अगला वाला आ रहा हूँ, इसमें भी ट्राई करेगा, कोशिश करेगा, मालूम नहीं मिलेगा वो अल्लाह के साथ है।
थैंक यू सो मच गाइज। और आप भी अपनी टिकट अगर आपने नहीं खरीदी है ट्राई कर लीजिए, अपना लक जो है वो आजमा लीजिए। और फुटबॉल फैंस जितने भी अभी देख रहे हैं कमेंट करिए नीचे और बताइए कि आप कौन सी टीम को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। सुनते रहिए रेडियो ऑलिव कोर, कहते रहिए जियो बिंदास।